Welcome, one and all, to episode 2 of the Four Quarters of a Whole Idiot podcast, starring me, Noah Druin, and I'm joined by my beautiful, lovely co-host, Austin Specht.
Gang, speak, what's going on?
And Austin Corey.
Yo.
And Brett Shevlin.
What's good?
So we have a shorter episode planned than last time, which was 90 minutes. But before we do that, we're going to do a few quick announcements. Number one being we are available on Spotify, YouTube, and iTunes now.
Hey.
So wherever you may be watching, thank you, or listening, thank you for doing so. And for those of you that are ultra super mega fans of the show, we now have merchandise available. Thank you to the lovely people at merchroom.com. If you are interested in buying merchandise, we have a 10% discount code, which is 4QWI, and the link for all of the merch stuff is on all of our social media. And with that being said, again, this is going to be a short episode, so we're going to get right into it with our starts and sits. And I am handling the quarterbacks this week. And so my first start of the week is going to be Kyle Allen versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in London. The Buccaneers are 32nd in the entire NFL, which is dead last in passing yards per game at 323.6. It's a divisional matchup. It's on a pretty exciting stage, being London. The topic of whether or not there should be a London football team is for another time. However, I think Kyle Allen is a good choice this week to start. And next, I'm going to choose Mr. Dak Prescott against the Jets. Jets are 21st in the league with 260 passing yards per game. Jets are god-awful. Dak is going to light him up. He's still got a lot to prove this season after the Cowboys are they started faltering a little bit recently. And so I think Dak's got to show up because he was in the MVP talks for the first 3 weeks and he's no longer in there at all.
That's my man, though. I went all in on him. That's my boy.
Yeah.
We'll see how well it works out for you by the end of the season.
And then my one sit for the week, the number one sit I'd advise is Mr. Carson Wentz at Minnesota Vikings. Reason being the Vikings are 6th in passing yards per game with 204.2, and Carson Wentz is only averaging 203 point game per game in the last 3 weeks. Wentz has been super mediocre and just not playing too great, and the Vikings are going to play him super tough. And so those are my two starts and my one sit for quarterbacks, and now we're going to turn over to Mr. Specht for the tailbacks, halfbacks, running backs.
Let's hear 'em.
All the backs, baby. On your back.
Do you have a fullback in there to start?
Kenyon Drake, baby. You heard it here first. You don't look at me like that.
I'm starting him.
I told you to drop him. Why didn't
Kenyon
you?
Drake going against Washington, the worst game you're ever gonna see. He's 25th in He's 25th in rushing yards. He's not 25th. They're 25th in rushing yards per game. Wayne Gallman torched him. Wayne Gallman ain't that good. He got 1863 and a touchdown, and he also got a receiving touchdown. And so Sony Michel also got him 16 carries for 91 yards and a touchdown. That whole team, the defense whack, the quarterback whack, the offense whack, everything's whack. The Dolphins suck. But this is the game that Kenyon Drake is going to have a good one. Another one, Austin Eckler. Austin, my boy. Not Austin Eckler. Austin Corey.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, buddy. I know you picked him last week. I'm picking him again this week. Austin, I'm sorry, but I'm starting Austin again. He might not hit the ground running. He only had 3 rushes for 7 yards. That's garbo. But 16 targets and 15 receptions for 86 yards.
Fire.
Ooh-wee.
Killer. Ooh-wee. Rivers only completed 32 passes. 15 of them were to Eckler. I don't do calculus, Chief. But that's almost half. Sit Joe Mixon, sorry ass. All right. That's other team. The Bengals whack. All right. Garbo.
Out of here.
I just so bad.
Garbo.
Joe Mixon is probably not the toughest person to sit. You know, he probably ain't that high up on your back roster. But garbage O-line, he only averages 3.7 per carry. And the team's probably going to be down by 1 million. And, the Ravens. So I look for Andy Dalton, the Red Rifle. Just shooting all over the place. He's just going to be spewing that ball.
Spewing?
Shooting all over the place.
Okay.
And quick one, Aaron Jones. Sit his ass. I don't think he's going to have the same game. It's a little easier, I guess, going up against the Lions than it is Cowboys. But the Cowboys, fucking Christ, the Lions have a better rush defense than a pass defense. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to pick them apart. Austin, who should be getting the ball this week, buddy?
You know what? I'm kind of retracting back to what Noah was saying about sitting Carson Wentz. I'm following that trend, and I'm starting with my sit, not my start. I'm sitting Alshon Jeffrey because why would you want to start Alshon Jeffrey facing a tough Minnesota defense with a matchup most likely with Xavier Rhodes? It keeps me from wanting to start him this week. Jeffrey also has yet to surpass over 52 receiving yards this season. So
Garbo.
He's he's worth even a consider. The hashtag.
The hash mark, dude. Hash brown Garbo.
Yeah, I would keep him on the bench this week. Only if you're in like some real deep, hey, my fantasy team fucking sucks, start him because he might get a touchdown. He might. So I should nothing else. But that brings me to my start of the week, and that would be my personal favorite waiver wire pickup of the season so far.
Oh God,
Mr. DJ Chark of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Oh man, in 5 weeks, this man has 5 touchdowns. Can't complain about that. So far this season, he has 27 catches for 485 yards, and like I said, 5 touchdowns. Playing a Saints defense that just allowed 7 catches, 125 yards, and 2 touchdowns to one man named Chris Godwin. I want all of DJ Chark this week. He, to me, is a wide receiver one.
DJ. I love the way you handle these balls.
DJ Chark, ASMR.
Oh, yes.
But, I mean, some other positions that catch the ball, that's a tight end.
Yeah.
Brett?
Let's pass it on to a man who has a
Bright end. I just said a Brett end.
A Brett end.
A bright end. That's a tight end mixed with Brett. Let's hear him.
So, as Noah had the tight ends last week, I have the unfortunate of having them this week.
Yeah. Hey, you get quarterbacks next week. It's not so bad.
That's true. Something to look forward to. All right. My start of the week is someone that is really just...
I don't know. Like, I'm just thinking of the tight. My start of the week at tight end.
Yeah.
So you get 2 options. It's Ertz or Kelsey. If it's anybody else.
Hey, man! I got George Kittle going this week. I don't want you to be talking that garbage.
Continue, Brett. Continue.
All right. Well, I think there's one guy that has really just come out of nowhere this season, and Austin Hooper of the Falcons.
He has been nice.
I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with Austin Hooper, but
I can't say I particularly have.
He's been nice. I know that. He's games.
Well, outside of Julio Jones, I think we found a new favorite target.
a new white dude in Atlanta.
So I'll just go through his weekly stats. Week 1, 9 catches, 77 yards.
Why are you talking like that?
Week 1. Mike's right gonna talk that out.
Week 2, 4 catches.
Why are you doing this? You're giving me anxiety, Brett.
All right. Overall, Austin Hooper has been amazing. I just think you should start him.
Who is he playing this week?
Playing Arizona, one of the
there
worst
you
pass
go.
defenses in the league.
Well, I wouldn't know about Arizona. How long for do last week?
Okay, who's next, Brett?
Next is Gerald Everett.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gerald Everett, baby.
Rams guy, right?
Yes, he's playing San Francisco.
Yeah, so Brandon Cooks has been a little banged up. I think Gerald Everett, the Rams have really been passing the ball more. Todd Gurley might not even play Sunday. So Gerald Everett will most likely get a couple, receptions, possibly in the red zone. So I would start Gerald Everett.
Excellent insight, Brett. Thank you for that.
Thank you. All right, and then my sit of the week for tight ends, Jared Cook has done absolutely nothing.
Oh, that's sad.
Biggest disappointment.
Biggest disappointment. Biggest disappointment.
This is coming from a Saints fan.
Why, Brett? Tell me why. I thought he's been He killed it in the preseason. Who am I to talk about tight ends?
I don't know what you're talking. Jared Cook had one good game, and that was last week because he scored a touchdown.
Yes.
Other than that,
That's
he
the
hasn't
team.
amassed more than 40 yards.
But I mean, he had one good game. That's some potential. What if he has another good game this week?
Well,
And
how much trust are you putting in Teddy Bridgewater?
How much trust are you not putting in Teddy Bridgewater?
A lot.
Why?
Because it's Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, but once upon a time ago.
All right, Brett, where are your defenses and special teams at?
Just
buddy?
when you thought the spicy was going to stop.
All right. This is where it gets real juicy.
Oh.
Start of the week, defense,
Grab your
LA Chargers.
Why?
They're playing the Pittsburgh Steelers at home. Third string quarterback. The Chargers really like to get to the quarterback. I think they blitz like 60% of the time. So Joey Bosa has like 10 sacks already. I would expect this quarterback to be on the ground most of the time.
Doing an honest day's work on his back. Like a true one. Oh, man.
So, yeah, start the Chargers defense.
Okay, Brett.
And then my sit of the week, the Rams defense.
Okay.
Against the 49ers.
Against the 49ers.
I agree with that. I would not go
I'm
near the
sliding my back in the caboose.
The caboose, yeah, that's another thing y'all owe me.
All I'm in the back of the tree. Oh, after what they did to the Browns, probably nothing left to look forward to.
Okay, well, I think we can all agree the Rams have the best defense in the league. However, the last 2 weeks, they've given up 79 points.
Wow, that's
a lot. That's a lot.
That is
So-
quite a lot.
However, I don't think I can agree. I think the Patriots right now have the best defense in the league. So
On paper. On paper.
Yeah, good.
on paper,
Correction. Autocorrect. Sorry.
Yes.
And
Okay.
That's all I have to say about the Rams.
All right. Is that it for your starts and sits?
That is it.
All right. Well, at lightning fast speed, we're going to move on to the pickup/drop segment. And I guess I'll get us going. And I'm going to stay optimistic this week, so I'm only going to provide one drop, which is Raheem Mostert, because Mr. Tevin Coleman is back on the 49ers. There's really no reason to roster him right now. However, Matt Breida or Tevin Coleman get injured again, I think Mostert is a pretty good ad because he showed that he can do pretty well, but he's now basically back to obscurity, so just it's safe to drop him. Who's dropping things over there? Someone's dropping physical things on the other end.
physical things.
Okay, and so I have two pickups to run by y'all.
That was my interface. I just got unplugged.
Yeah, that almost.
I feel
just,
disrespected right now.
That almost.
We're
just
back,
destroyed
we're
the
back.
whole podcast.
Okay, so my first pickup is Mr. Mohamed Sanu of the Atlanta
Damn it,
Falcons.
man.
You had him too?
I picked them up in the league. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So as of I think 3 days ago, Mohamed Sanu was owned in 43.3% of fantasy football leagues on ESPN. In his last 3 games, he's had 20 receptions for 208 yards. He's been a surprisingly reliable option, and I think he's worthy of a flex start in 10-team leagues and up. So I think he's a pretty. He's a sleeper, I think. He's been pretty consistent, for a few years now, but I think he's worth a roster. And my second pickup, I'm going to be bold, and I'm going to call this one the most valuable handcuff in all of fantasy football. And his name is Alexander Madison from the Minnesota Vikings.
Yes.
And if you have not been paying attention, Madison has been involved a little bit on the offense. He is averaging 5.6 yards per
I
carry,
can't wait to
34
pick him up.
carries for 189 yards. And we all know that the Vikings are leaning super heavily on the run game. And I think that at this current moment, Dalvin Cook is kind of a ticking time bomb for an ACL injury. I think rostering Alexander Madison might be worthy of a roster spot just because of how important the run game is to Minnesota. And Madison has been an absolute beast when he's been given the ball. So I think, yeah, add him if you can spare the space for a handcuffed
Austin
running
just-
back.
Yeah, I literally just grabbed him. Right now.
Like as you were saying that, he's like, "Well, I can't wait to pick him up," and he picked him up.
Oh, you
All right,
actually did.
I swear to God.
Well, I'll go quick. I'll go quick because you took my pickup. So I got a spicy drop. So just like a deuce, drop this Brown quarterback, Baker Mayfield. All right.
Oh,
He's owned in 70%, actually 69% of leagues.
nice.
And the hype train has come to a screeching halt. I was on the hype train, but now the train is heading for a cliff. They gotta go play Seattle. Then they got the bye. Then they go to New England, and then they gotta play Denver and Buffalo.
Yeah, I don't want none of that.
Yeah,
no
that's
thanks.
that's a rugged schedule right there.
So now, just one thing for the people. If I say these numbers and someone like in our league that we do, our numbers are a little. In our league, Baker Mayfield averages 19 points a game. You know who averages more? Teddy Bridgewater, Daniel Jones, Case Keenum, Andy fucking Dalton averages more. All those dudes, you know why I found a waiver? So I think it's time to shelf his ass and pick up someone else because
It's too bad.
It is too bad. But I don't think he's gonna turn it around anytime.
Just get all the weapons in the world.
Literally. Name one better. Name OBJ and Jarvis Landry. Name a better receiver duo.
I mean, outside of the Rams,
Receiving duo.
I mean,
I guess, yeah, Cook's Cup, I guess, could be. But
yeah.
any other takers? No?
I mean,
Thielen.
Thielen.
Fucking shut up.
But I mean, not this season.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Well, you heard it here first. Drop his ass. All
Right. Well, yeah, I had a pickup, but that was. I don't have anybody to drop this week, honestly.
right. Oh, I got one word. I'll do your drop. Actually, no, Brett's got it. Why don't you do
Drop it like it's hot.
All right, so my pickup is Kenyon Drake. Specht already alluded to him. He wasn't owned in many leagues coming into this week, but it feels like a lot of people are picking up just because of the matchup. So pick up Kenyon Drake if he's available. And then drop Wayne Gallman.
Yeah, bye.
He didn't play last night.
Yeah, his
Sorry.
head's hurting a little bit.
Yeah. So it looks like Saquon's going to be back next week. There's really no reason to roster Wayne other than a handcuff, which there are many better handcuffs to have than him. And also drop D.D. Westbrook. I think he's owned in like 65%. He's like the third option in Jacksonville. I don't know. I think you can do better. That's it.
That's
Moving on. The train keeps on. Noah, what's next?
What's next? We're gonna do a quick little breakdown of Thursday night football from last night, the Giants versus the Patriots.
Oh, what a defensive!
Yeah,
defensive
game.
Wow.
Any thoughts about that?
3 defensive touchdowns.
Now,
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, a quick review. Pats forced 4 turnovers. Daniel Jones throws 3 picks. That spicy fumble that Marcus Golden, that's his. He returned it for a touchdown.
Yep.
And a blocked punt TD. Chase Winovich's first touchdown career. I didn't think defense is going to be the game. It was. It was a good, surprisingly close game.
Yeah, for the final score, it seemed like a closer game than it was.
Did a quick point to bring up? Did Brady look like when he looked bad, like extra bad, like yesterday or something like? Because I thought that interception to Jenkins, and he threw it like right behind Julian. That was such horrible throw.
Yeah, that was a red flag. A little
That-
bit.
That spooked
Yeah.
me for sure.
He missed out a minute.
It just wasn't even close. And another point: if Barkley was in, Ingram was in, and Sterling Shepard, is this a different game?
Absolutely.
I'm not saying they would have.
No, but it would have been a more high scoring affair. I mean, Saquon Barkley would. I feel as if he would have ran all over us. I know we have a really good run defense, but I think he would have. I think
Would have been.
Yeah,
not
I mean,
a track meet, but
I
I
think
could
even
see him
the
get on
addition
with
of
it.
Golden Tate now on a healthy Giants team is a pretty underrated offense. But Daniel Jones, even when he's not facing the Patriots, hasn't really proven much to me. So I really don't know what that team can do at full health with Daniel Jones. I don't think that they're going to reach their highest potential with someone like him
what
at quarterback.
you are?
You don't think he's been good?
I think Danny Dimes is good enough to earn the nickname Danny Dimes.
I don't
mean,
know. I think I disagree with that.
why.
I mean, okay, so I'm just looking at his game log. So he had a good game against the Bucks in his first start, which was 336 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no picks. But the Bucks have a pretty porous pass defense. They're worse in the league. Then he
Okay.
played the Redskins, threw a touchdown and 2 picks for 225 yards. The following week, threw a touchdown and a pick with only 182 yards. And then the following week, threw a touchdown and 3 picks with 161 yards. So he's been getting progressively worse since he played the worst pass defense in the league.
I mean,
That's just a fact.
isn't that kind of expected?
Well, I'm not. No, it's like dramatically worse. It's not. He's losing games too. Like they're 2-4.
I don't think they'll.
No, I don't. I think Jones warrants to.
He's
I
doing
think-
the best with what he has.
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember that most of his Saquon Barkley been out for.
That's
you
the
know,
offense.
That's the major part.
There's just
It's-
something crazy. Those guys who are
something like
which is,
that's bizarre.
and I would assume both.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It was a good game. I had fun.
Yeah. Catching up. It looked like a.
Are we doing? We got sneak.
Y'all are
I got-
cutting out pretty good on my end, so I can't hear you too well right now. But are we moving on to the sneaky game of the week?
I guess
Is that
we
what I
are.
heard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know who wants to throw one out there because I
I
probably
got-
have the same one.
I got mine up. I don't know. I got mine up. So sneaky game of too sneaky, but I got Jags again.
Yep.
At the versus the Saints. Minshew mania versus one of the hottest. Fournette's been hot. He got 20 carries. Great game. Give that Saints defense a little. And it is long faded matchup. Minshew versus Saints linebacker Demario Davis. You know, they went to Brandon, Mississippi High School.
Oh,
Wow, what a story!
Wow.
Big game.
Rivalry.
This is the Brandon High School Super Bowl right here.
I wonder if they had a relationship.
I don't know if they went together. I think that.
We're gonna find out that
How
Minshew
old
actually
is the other
bullied
guy?
him.
I know, right? They were,
Yeah.
He
Minshew walked in-
relentlessly bullied him.
Minshew walked in with his friggin' jock strap on and his mustache, and he's just dangling his balls in Demario's face.
Minshew was bagging every chick back in the day.
Demario Davis. Yeah,
It's like that movie with The Rock and Kevin Hart.
Anyone else got this play?
I mean, I don't know how sneaky this is, but I'm personally kind of excited to watch the Monday night game between the Packers and Lions. I think we should between Matthew Stafford
Yeah.
and
Nice
I think it'd be
rivalry.
fun.
Nice.
I mean,
rivalry.
it's an
Yeah.
important game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the better games this week, but not like the best.
It's not sneaky,
No.
but like,
But
yeah,
it's a game to look out for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm kind of in a similar vein. The game I chose was the Eagles versus the Vikings.
Okay.
Because they're both they're both wild card contenders. and either they could also win their division too. Honestly, either of them. So it's a pretty important game against two pretty solid teams.
Yeah, sweet. You got one, Brett?
Mine was Philly, Minnesota.
Yes.
I'm
glad you agree.
Keeps it up. I hope Kirk keeps up with.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
need him to. I need
You
him
have
to.
them, or just because they?
Just because Thielen.
Yeah.
I have Adam Thielen. For who knows?
None of you
Except
know.
for us four.
Maybe
But,
we should post our fantasy games.
Yeah. Why? No, thanks. I'm bad at.
So they could actually see where the source of information is coming from.
So they can see my tiny dropping one every week.
So with the limited time we have left, we have we're gonna do our NFL power rankings, and we're gonna wrap up with a pick'em, which is just like last week. We're gonna pick 3 games. We're gonna see how we did last week, and then we'll wrap it up. So power rankings. Who's got a tasty top 5?
I'll just bust through them real quick. No explanation. I got 6 actually.
6.
Okay.
No.
That is not the rules.
Top 5.
I got New England at 1. Do I need to explain that shit?
No.
I got Saints at 2.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Switch down.
Ready for a spicy one?
49ers 3.
Green Bay at 3.
Yeah. Ooh, okay.
Notice how I haven't said the Chiefs. I put more stock in that Colts loss than it showed that Patrick Mahomes stock
Jacoby first up.
by and Nakeem Hines. But yeah, and then I got Kansas City. I'm big on Seattle. Seattle, my MVP, Russell Wilson.
My MVP.
My man, Russell Wilson, right next to Christian McCaffrey, MVP candidates. And then San Francisco 6. You got a problem? You got a problem with 6? Tough shit.
I ain't got a problem with it. As a matter of fact, I have a problem because it's so low.
My
All right. Well, where do you have San Francisco
So,
at,
as
Austin?
a matter of fact, my 1 and 2 haven't changed. 1 is Patriots, 2 is Chiefs, obviously. But number 3, 49ers.
Piss off.
49ers at number 3?
3.
I love them.
You have them winning the conference now. That's what you're
I do.
communicating.
As a matter of fact, yeah, they're looking phenomenal, man. I like them.
Uh,
I'm all board for
You're real phenomenal.
Well, they're playing the
I don't
Rams
care,
this
man.
week. Like I said privately the other day, if they beat the Rams, I'll be a believer. If they beat the Rams at home, fine. I'll believe it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they can do it. Now that they have healthy Tevin Coleman. Anyways, 4, Seahawks. Russell Wilson's playing like a beast. And Saints at 5. Drew Brees is going to go back.
Saints. What did you have left?
Well, I had Cowboys last week.
I dropped my Cowboys.
My Cowboys, you own the team.
Yeah, I've spoiler alert, have definitely omitted the Cowboys from my top 5.
Well, what is your top 5 then?
Whoa! I'll have you know. My top 3 are exactly the same. I have Patriots followed by Chiefs followed by Seahawks. However, I have moved the Saints into the number 4 slot. They were unranked last week or unranked as in not in the top 5. And then at number 5, I have the Rams. So the Rams shifted a little bit, and I subbed out the Cowboys for the Seahawks.
The
Or
Rams.
for the Saints, rather.
I don't like that. The Rams are like my 8th.
Yeah.
Well, we'll
I
see
guess,
about that when they thrash the 49ers at home.
Opinions are like assholes. Some are shittier than others.
I'll be watching closely. That's all I'll say.
All right, Brett, you got.
Brett, you got some top 5 for us?
Oh yeah, I got Pats, Saints. You guys all know how I feel about the Saints.
Yep.
Chiefs at number 3, Seahawks, and the 49ers cracking the top 5. These.
Oh my gosh. There it is.
All right. Well, speaking of the 49ers, we got to pick that game.
Yeah?
49ers, Rams.
I have to stand by my power rank. I'm going with 49ers taking over the Rams.
You know what sucks? So am I. Who you got, Brett?
I got the Rams, only because of Jared Goff. I think he's way better than Jimmy G. I think
Way
the
better.
49ers defense is the one carrying them, whereas Jared Goff is carrying the Rams defense.
Yeah, I see Jared Goff getting all the interceptions.
Interesting. No,
Wow.
I'm assuming you're gonna pick Rams.
Your boy has selected the Los Angeles Rams, yes.
Okay.
All right, Texans Chiefs. I got. You know what? Fuck it. I was gonna say Colts. You can listen back and you can hear. I want to pick. Fuck him. I'm going Texans this week.
Wow.
I watched that last week.
No, I believe it.
Yeah,
after they lost to the Colts, why not?
He was limping after like Patrick. I think he's hurt.
He looked it for
And
sure.
so I think I got Texans. To be honest.
I don't know, man. Chiefs, Arrowhead Stadium.
They just lost at Arrowhead Stadium.
I know.
Yeah.
And the Patrick Mahomes a little bit. I don't know. I think they go either way, but just because they're I'm giving it to the Chiefs.
I'm picking Chiefs. No explanation needed.
Yeah. Oh, I had to explain myself, but you
Just
yourself.
hype it. I can see it. The Texans. I got it. Chiefs.
Against my better judgment, I'll pick the Chiefs. I feel like if the Texans won, I would not be surprised.
Yes.
I Brett 0-3. The only person to pick. Good job.
Lions. Oh, sorry.
All right. Specht, I agree with you.
My man. Yeah, let's go.
Wow.
The Chiefs have been getting torched on the run. I expect Carlos Hyde to just run right through them. And Deshaun Watson had the game of his life last. There's no reason. I'm riding the hype train.
I got a hot take coming. It's the tape trade. All right, and you pick Chiefs, Lions, and
You go.
the Lions.
Okay.
Whoa.
Oh.
Me
I'm
too.
good.
Whoa.
So this is
You just had the Packers
I
at
know.
3.
I'm just feeling spicy today.
He's feeling spicy.
I don't know if the Lions also be talking spot color.
You're right.
Talking for the Vikings on the spot. No Mitch, which might actually Chase Daniels can hold the ball. But yeah, I got Lions.
Wow.
I like the Lions as well. I really do.
Are you gonna pick him?
I'm gonna pick.
Oh,
them.
he's gonna pick him. Thanks, Austin,
Oh,
for just
sorry,
leaving me
I
hanging.
wasn't-
Can't see. Stuck with no, to nothing. There it is.
I got it
Thank you.
there.
I am gonna pick the Green Bay Packers
I think it's gonna be a good game, man. It's gonna
at
be a shootout.
Lambeau. Packers win.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm picking the Packers as well.
Yeah. Let's go.
Aaron Rodgers kind of
Well-
like shit this.
Sounds
So
like that was a good episode. Rapid fire.
for
quick.
for our listeners, this is our prediction score going. We got 0-3 for Brett last week. Myself, Specht, and Austin are 1-2, and
Ooh.
we'll see how that shakes out next week. So we're gonna wrap up the episode now.
2.
We'll be back next week for another episode. Thank you to everybody that watched or listened, and we will be back.
Yeah.
Your favorite football podcast will be back. Thank you.
Oh,
Four quarters of a whole idiot.
Woo woo.
NFL next week. Got some
Thank you.
Ooh.
And good night.
Rumor has it.